So hopefully you've watched Avengers Endgame by now, but if not, spoilers ahead. I'm making this quick video to talk about some of my thoughts and opinions about the movie, what I liked, what changes I think could have been made. Again, this is my opinion and you have every right to disagree, but just be constructive about it. Coming out of Endgame, I really enjoyed this movie. It did a great job of paying off these last 11 years with the references and going back in time to actually revisit past movies in the first two acts of the movie. The Marvel fan side of me absolutely loved it. You revisit the Avengers teaming up for the first time, Thor's mother in Dark World, Star-Lord dancing in Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie really understood what it was supposed to be in the eyes of Marvel fans. However, given this, the first 2/3 of the movie is a much slower character building experience as opposed to a story-driven experience. Looking back, I felt as though Infinity War did a better job pacing the different acts of the movie, and that had to do with introducing urgency. Right away in Infinity War, the mission was to destroy the stones or get to the stones before Thanos did. However, in Endgame, when you introduce time travel, it's really hard to feel urgent about anything. They try to rectify this by using the Pym particles and that they had limited amounts to use to travel back in time, but they could just go back in time to get more. So it was pretty smooth sailing for the first and second acts. So first of all, I want to make some structure changes by condensing the first two acts and giving them more urgency. I would remove certain longer drawn out humor scenes that I know people really enjoyed. I enjoyed them too, but I felt like there were moments that could have been sacrificed, like the Hulk taking selfies, the Hulk taco scene, some of the jokes of Scott aging and de-aging. I would then get to the discovery of time travel a little bit quicker than they did. Then, once they enter the second act, it had the Avengers chasing the stones with no real single conflict or threat stopping them. So I think closer to the beginning of this act is when I would have introduced 2014 Thanos. Thanos should have found out about their plans sooner, capturing Nebula and sending old Nebula, Gamora, and the Black Order, and maybe even himself, to go after the different teams, making it feel like there would be a real threat all the way through. The Avengers would then just narrowly escape with the stones, which leads us to the final battle, where they finally team up and face off against Thanos together, instead of separately. So by condensing the first two acts, they could have made the final battle much longer. I would say make it at least half of the movie. This is the moment everyone wanted to see. Make it almost a story within a story, with conflict, plot, and character building all in one. Secondly, there are also some character changes I think could have been made. First, let's talk about Hulk. I don't think Professor Hulk should have been shown immediately in the movie. I think for the sake of fan service and paying off what was set up in Infinity War, I think we should have had just Banner for the first half of the movie, and then it would have been amazing to have him Hulk out in the final climactic battle with a rematch against Thanos. In this moment, we could have had Banner and Hulk finally trust in one another, come to an agreement, and work as a team. Banner's brain, Hulk's body. Given this, Hulk would not have been available to snap the Dusted back to life. This honor, I think, is more fittingly given to Thor. This way, he redeems himself after he didn't go for the head and kill Thanos. He sheds off a lot of that weight he was carrying, figuratively. And logically, he is the most powerful Avenger and probably could have taken it. I also didn't really like Fat Thor too much, but that's just my opinion. I think for the sake of fan service, Thor should have been in better shape and more powerful, like when he was a fan favorite in Ragnarok. And one more small thing. I said in my predictions video the Dusted Avengers should have had a little more screen time to set up their characters. I think at least a couple should have, so that they don't just come back Deus Ex Machina style, which they did. But honestly, I can live with what they did in the movie. It was a really epic way to bring everyone back. Plus, Infinity War and Endgame are really meant to be watched as one single epic. Everything else, I think, was done beautifully already. The movie gave us the satisfying conclusion we deserved for all the major characters and the MCU as we know it. Great job, Marvel, and congratulations on 11 years. Cheers. So I made a predictions video last time on Avengers Endgame, and suffice to say, a few of the more obvious ones came true, but some of the more story and writing focused ones did not. And that's kind of a surprise to me. If you want, check out that video to see which ones I got right and which ones I didn't. Let me know what you wanted to see in Avengers Endgame. Thanks, and see you guys next time. Bye, guys.